everyone.
Morning.
Hi, Neen. It's
Yes.
another week again for a very interesting topic. Today we are talking about mindful leadership,
Uh,
spirituality. What a deep topic. Oh my God.
what this topic will bring us to another meditation after this conversation.
Yeah,
Well, okay, let's talk about what is spiritual, how important spiritual in leadership first. Because I
yeah,
think a lot of people don't have the concept of as a leader, why do you need to be spiritual?
yeah.
And why
Yes,
why you must have it?
yes.
What do you
I, I,
think, Pauline?
I want to clarify something first. For those who actually talk about, oh, I'm talking about spirituality. Are we talking about religion, of a certain type? No, I just want to highlight this. We are not here to talk about religion. I know some of you might have certain religion. If you have, great, okay. But this topic that we talk about, spirituality, is really about the mindfulness, the congruence, how we behave, how we talk, and it has got to do with this thing called spirituality, because we this is our soul, right? How we behave, how we say certain things is actually our spirit. So this is what we are talking about when we talk about mindful leadership or about spirituality. That's why it is really important, because as a being ourselves, I'm not sure whether you believe in such thing. I do believe we are spiritual animals.
Mm.
Yeah, that's right. That makes us very different, I must say, from really animal. Human beings. I think I heard about this when I studied this thing called Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. I'm a certified trainer,
Yeah.
and one of the key things that makes the difference between us and animals, human beings and animals, is this thing called consciousness.
Mm.
Yeah, we have this thing called consciousness. That means somehow when we do something so-called wrongly, I'm not sure, when we are young, when we misbehave ourselves, I tell you,
Yeah.
as a kid, we do not need our parents to tell us that, oops, we misbehave. But when our parents ask, Pauline, what have you done? What
Yeah.
happened to us? you know, Immediately we'll look down, look into our guts. This is a very typical behavior, because we have this thing called the consciousness. And that is part of the spirituality that we have. We know what is right, we know what is wrong deep down in our heart. We know what are the things we should be doing and should not be doing deep down in our heart as well. But sometimes it's the truth to do certain things. It's like very simple thing. Like people want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. So simple. Just eat less, move more. Isn't it very simple knowledge that everyone knows? We just need to eat healthily and eat lesser. That we are what we are supposed to move. Then we can lose weight and we can become healthy. Or we eat vegetables, we eat meat, we eat unprocessed food, we eat wholesome food. Less sugar. We'll be healthy. But why is it that people don't behave in this way? So that's why I would have to say, be a leader in terms of our spirituality. It is important because people can feel us, all right? People can see us, people can observe us. That's what spirituality to me is in terms of congruence and alignment. So in short, this is that. Yeah. How about you, Nee?
Yeah, I agree with what Pauline say. Like you
Mm,
guys can see me and Pauline have a lot of things in common. Very hard to work as a leader if you don't have a mindful um consciousness of mindfulness. It's mean like you cautious about people around, you have to behave in the right way, and you have
mm,
to care of other people. I think the term of leader is care of other. And if you don't have it in you or you don't practice this, it's very tough for you to gain respect and can work well with other. I think
yeah.
that is the key thing, right? Because like Pauline said, deep down inside, our soul know what is right and wrong. Like our soul just know like why you don't do a bad thing or kill someone, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
most population, nobody would do that. We don't talk about people with criminal. Why? Because we have it in us. We know.
Mm. Oh, Mike. Nee or Mike. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Suddenly it has a you touch something and it just can hear.
Let me
Oh,
try.
now okay. Now okay.
Better now?
Now can
Yes,
hear. Yeah.
maybe. Maybe my mic. I
Yeah.
just do cleaning in my whole setup. So because
Okay.
of the here is very dust. So yeah. So
Just now you
where do
you but maybe
I was
we start again so that they can edit or you agree with Pauline, as a leader.
okay from starting.
Yeah.
So I agree from the leader perspective, like what Pauline say. I agree with Pauline because if you don't have a kind of heart and a kind of understanding what is right and wrong, you
Mm.
very hard to work with other. You don't have respect from other, and you can't manage team if you don't have it inside you as believe in spiritual. And
Mm.
this, I think, believe in spiritual sometimes can be bigger than that. Mean you not say I believe in it. You have to have it. People can feel it, right? Spiritual and mindful is something that the energy that you have
Yeah.
around you, that people will want to be around you, people want to call you, people want to talk to you.
Mm.
So I remember my team when in general my team won't call me, right? I train them to the day that they should be do work by themselves without asking me what should I do. But I allow them one thing, that they can
Mm.
call me when they need to talk about family issue, relationship issue, or even personal growth that they need support.
Mm.
And I think as a leader, that's actually we should do. How can we be a space for other spiritually, so they can talk things that other people judge them and we don't. Because if we
Mm.
can solve this problem for them, somehow they have a clear mind to do work. They have a peace of mind to do work. They have clarity for their life. So when they do work, they feel more motivation. And it
Mm.
been work for me very well. Especially I run a big team and people ask how do I manage them. To be honest, I don't manage them in work. I more take care of them in emotional side of their life. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I think now everybody after hearing this all applying for job with you, me.
Oh, really? I don't think people, I don't think everybody need that, especially too young they won't. But like they hit certain level of life that they keep ask why, and then you suddenly become a need for them. But
Precisely.
when
This is
young but when young they were like, I want a fun place, work with you have to be fun,
yeah.
bean bag.
Bean bags. Like the office must have been bags.
Oh
Innovative.
yeah.
Yeah. I think this is what a lot of people are looking for when it comes to leaders.
Yeah.
And you have pointed something that probably many, I say they want to follow you is because I don't really manage them. That's one.
Yeah.
I trust that they will do their work. Actually, this is what I do. I also
Yeah.
have 100% belief in people. I trust them until, unless they are proven otherwise. This is
Yeah.
my basis. I will trust people and work with them unless they are proven otherwise. Well, have they people who have proven otherwise? I say yes, definitely. But that doesn't mean I don't trust people because I always believe when anyone want to work with us or want to be with us, really they are here because they need something. I
Yeah.
know a lot of times when we are in a setup, a leader or an employer employs an employee or a staff, what they say is because we need their service to come here to work for the company. But I
Yeah.
think me and maybe me is the other way around. We are leaders and we are here because we know we are here to solve problems. And this is
Yeah.
our strength. Okay, the
Yeah.
fact that we can become really leaders and being acknowledged as leaders is because we have positioned ourselves very well to solve problems. And we are here to help you, team members, to solve problems as well. That's why we are here to value add to you. So I think the space as a leader, when we come in here, that mindfulness is very different. And this is what we mean by mindfulness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is, I mean, it is great, right? So next time in future, I'm not sure whether those who are our audience right now are leaders or not. If you are, okay, maybe I'm not sure what is your frame right now. When you are leading, are you looking at them serving you, or are you looking at yourself serving people, serving team members who has a need? And for me specifically saying emotional needs. Yeah, they come
Yeah.
here because I can fulfill their emotional needs. Okay,
Yeah.
because in terms of work, in terms of skill set, they can find out about it themselves. There is this thing called AI. There is this thing called Google search. They can
Yeah.
always search right now. They don't need us to teach them about skill set, but they need our support in terms of emotional support, because certain things, when they are doing it, they might feel frustrated. They might feel being let down. You know, a lot of people actually, you might be one of it yourself, is I've been told I'm being too hard on myself. I believe
Mm.
Neil, being too
Yeah.
hard on herself. Nowadays, people are like, we are being too hard on ourselves. That's why a lot of people got depression, right? Yeah, it's because if we want to do a good job, but there are times certain things just happen and we can't do a good job and we felt bad. So
Yeah.
that actually affects our emotions and it might spiral downwards. So as a leader, we can catch that, we support them and let them know, you know what, it's okay. We screw up at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, we blunder. We learn from it. What have you learned from this session that you have screwed up? Then okay, next time we learn from this, we won't do it anymore. Let's prevent this from happening the second time. Right?
Yeah.
So that's goodness. Yes. Great, right? Okay, so we have
Yes.
actually answered the first question, like what's mindful leadership?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's tackle the next one. Let's say
Yeah.
that do you remember the first time you learned about and practice mindfulness, and how has it helped you on your development journey? So maybe Ni, you wanna answer, like share this with us,
Oh,
or
wow.
maybe a specific leader? Hmm.
I
Um,
think I think you have to fail and you
mm,
have to make some mistake, or you have to be. So I remember the first time that I learned about practice mindfulness is when everything went wrong and I sit down and reflect. It's maybe it's long time ago, but I still remember that I reflect, and that's for the first time I learned the lesson of slowing down, or like pause. What does that mean, right? Because when you have an ambitious character, or as a leader, we have that in us, like we want to make things better, we want to make things done, we want to improve. But sometimes in work you have to give it time, the lag to grow a tree. We have to give it time for people to process the idea that we give. We need to give people time for digestion the information, or time to develop something. Everything need to take time. And mindfulness give us the space to do it, and like, okay, everything went wrong, I must be the one who do it wrong. And I
mm,
know sometimes you should don't blame yourself, but in general is you should blame yourself first, because the result never lie, right? And sometimes the result as a leader is obvious that we can be too rushed. So I would say that's the first lesson I learned, that pause and slow down is nothing wrong.
mm,
And pause or slow down can get me more reflect on the road I've been doing with my team, what the hole that it been built up and I haven't figured out to solve the problem, right? So it go back to solve some problem, and then we continue move and stronger. It just
yeah,
take it as a journey. As a leader, it's like you go to the mountain and hunting. At the
mm,
end, when the sky go dark, you need to rest, you need to get some fire, drink some water, eat some food, get some sleep, and then you wake up the next day and you continue the journey. So
yeah, yeah.
that's what I had learned. How
Yes.
about you, Pauline?
I have a few leaders who really unconsciously they practice mindfulness. I think this is what they did. The first one was actually when I was a young officer in a Ministry of Defense. there was this leader, every month he will write messages to us, and he will write stories, and certain stories he will write down the moral of the story, what it means. Like for example, that always remember, there's this story about monkeys. Each of us carry our own monkey. We have monkeys on our back. So,
Yeah.
but there are times some of us like to carry other people's monkeys.
Mm.
And when we carry too many monkeys, what's going to happen? We become too many monkeys with us, we cannot manage,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So this is the key thing, is always remember, do not carry other people's monkeys. They have their
Mm.
own monkeys, they carry it themselves. And this is what I mean by a leader with mindfulness, knowing that each and every one of us has our own responsibility, even as a team member. So even I may need help, but that doesn't mean you carry my monkey. I still carry my own monkeys. Yeah, so things like that. This is the first leader whom, and he's really somebody whom I really admire. When I was about 25 years old, I worked under him. He's about 50 years old. Imagine he's double my age, right? So it's not easy to work with him at that point of time on a project, but I love it, right? Because he's a person of high standards, and of course he's like many uh, levels higher than me. He's like the number two in the organization, whereas I'm like a nobody, right? But I was put under him for this project, which I'm really very proud of. I treasure that very much, though it's very stressful. And I said something he didn't really want to use. Okay, I suggested certain things. And of course, in the end, I do the way that he wanted, and it didn't work well. So he
Mm.
asked me to do a survey. Why is it the response wasn't what we wanted? And true enough, it was what I've said. So
Mm.
the feedback from the people actually said that, you know what, this is what I said, and he doesn't really want to believe me that it's not going to work this way. So in the end,
Mm.
he apologized to me. I'm like, wow. As a young person at a point of time, that apology, that he recognized his own mistake, and he
Mm.
said, you know what, yeah, you are right. Yeah, I would like to apologize to, because that time he flared up. No, I'm going to insist on this. Yeah, he didn't want to take my suggestion. So and it gives me a very, I always remember this, you see, until today, I'm near to 50, 25 years down the road, almost there. I can remember this, and it takes can you imagine somebody has touched my life? So, as a
Yeah.
leader yourself, one day, certain things that you have done in your mindfulness, that you admit a mistake just like that, is going to
Mm.
go a long way to someone, and this is going to benefit his or her life in a long way. Yeah, so this
Yeah.
is what I would say has helped me a lot. And all the while, I always tell myself, because of this leader, I always admit my mistake, even in front of my team members, even in front of my kids. There are times I throw tantrums. I'm a person, I always like to throw tantrums. And then my kids say, Moms, behave yourself. They say, okay, I'm sorry. Sometimes I would throw tantrums outside. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is such, yeah. So that's where I say, okay, I need to behave myself. And that's mindfulness. Yeah. So I say sorry to my children in front of them and say, you know what, mommy didn't behave well. Okay, so I'm conscious about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's also the higher level of leadership is called willing to be vulnerable with your team, because I also was used to make myself very perfect in front of my team.
Mm,
It's mean like if I have problem or pain or suffer in my life, I tend to deal it by myself or suck it in or go quiet place. It can be drinking or can be go to meet people who I think higher level than my team, and I don't think my team can solve problem for me. And I think one day it just hit me. It just hit me, and it tell me that if this what you build the environment, your team will going to do the same to you. They're going to hide from you. They're going to lie from you.
yeah.
They don't tell the truth, because even what I doing is not bad. I just don't want to, like complaining about my life or my problem. But it's indirectly I build the image of perfect leader, which is never exist.
Yeah.
And it takes me a lot to be vulnerable with my team and sit
Yes.
down with them when I share with them certain thing in my life, rather like I have heartbreak or my children sick today and I see you in the class,
Yes.
especially when you're in class and your children is like diarrhea or sick
Oh,
beside you. You know, like the consciousness of teaching is not the same. So I have to
correct.
inform my team. I say, you know what, I have to be admit. I haven't slept for 2 days because my daughter was sick.
Yeah.
And I tell them before the class even
Yes,
start
yes.
so they can prepare and they
Yeah.
support me fully and more mindful. So
Yeah.
that's just one of example. Be vulnerable with your team and let your team know that you're not perfect and you are
Yes.
human and your life sometimes have problem as well. But the show have to be go on or the class have to go on or the responsibility have to deliver it.
Yeah.
But yet I'm still there for them. I can
Yes.
choose to don't share that, right? But by sharing that, I make my team feel like they are family, they are part of important thing as well, and I treat them as adult as well, that they can
Yeah.
handle stress and handle problem. So
Mm.
mindfulness and believe in your team is something that take a lot of practice for even the leader every single day.
I would actually say, even to customers, because we are trainers ourselves, we speak
Yeah,
in front of big stage.
yeah,
There will be times we might not feel well. Yeah,
yeah,
life is not perfect, right? Yeah, and
yeah,
uh, especially like what you mentioned, I had this situation before. Like my kids as well, like was sick, and when young children they are sick at night, we can't really get to sleep. Okay, because even if let's say they have high fever, even they are
yeah,
sleeping, they are not
yeah,
making noise. As mothers ourselves, we can't really sleep because okay, the temperature we have to monitor, and we keep waking up like every hour to sponge them and so on. So things like that. And then after that, back to the next day, let's say at 9 a.m., we have our own training session for the whole day. We are tired, and we will still do our best, but we may not physically wanting to be. We want to be our best, but we may not be able to do. And even to our customers, to the trainers, we let them know they will actually help us, and that would make it even better. Yes, they will know that okay, now the trainer, because of some emergency, okay, I have to step up. Even as customers, as participants, as team members, they will step up. And that's very amazing. I've seen it before as well. Yeah, let them know. We don't need to hide. We don't need to in Chinese we like to say we like to gang. We like to make ourselves look very strong in front of people. But that can be a learning lesson for our participants, for our audience as well, to let them know that you know what, we work as a team. We make this good, even though we might fall right now, but we can still do a very good job in this. Yeah,
yeah.
goodness. Hey,
Okay, let's get the next question.
ah,
Why do often people gain the deep understanding of the world or experience spiritual awakening after overcome hardship or suffer? Oh,
yeah.
now we go deep. Uh,
So awakening after overcoming hardships and stuff. Ah, why must life be like that?
I this is what I experience, and I read book and I read the story of all the success people, and I realize that the more hardship you have, somehow create you more success in the world.
Hmm.
And even for myself, when I was young, I would like ask myself that's all the time, why my life is so hard, why I have this parent, why I have this life, why I don't have friend, why my friend like this, why I don't have food to eat. It's just extremely in the level of okay, I live in the place that people difficult life, but level of my difficult, I just confused, and at young age, I already asked myself why. I know my life has to be difficult because I'm born in a poor location, but doesn't mean I can be more difficult than the other child who are next door and poorer than me. At least they still happier because they have parent, right? And now when I can say it and I laugh, I will tell you is the only and only way for you to understand your team member problem and for you
Hmm.
to love them and take care of them is you have to taste it first. And somehow universe is amazing. It create you in the way of lesson and experience and taste all the pain and you go through it and you pick yourself up again. It give you a strength to give back to other.
Mm,
Like this is a one of example. So we talk about uh, how do you deal with people in psychology. I learned that they say the term you
mm,
cannot deal with a mom who going to deal with a divorce or broken heart
mm.
or break up with the husband if you never marry and never have kids at
Oh, yeah,
the counseling who learn psychology and hit me so hard because it's correct, it's accurate. If I'm going to sit with a person who never married and never have kids and going to tell me about what how I should be a mother and how I should decide for my life, I don't think I will have that conversation. And the first question I already asked, have you married? Have you
yeah,
have kids before? Because somehow, do you agree with me, Pauline? You will be the same, right? It somehow it cut you an entire live conversation to go to
yeah,
straight to the point. Like we mutually understand what we
mm,
try to say. The
yes,
tough, the hard, and the mother, and as the married person, it's not easy. So
yeah,
this is give me so easy answer that yes, you have to taste it first. You have to
yeah,
know how experience it feel like. Then you can able to have your spiritual awakening in the journey of help other to understand the same thing that you understand.
correct. I mean, that's life, right? Which is why, but that's the beautiful thing about life.
Yeah.
Some of you would be thinking, wow, my God, does it mean that I really have to go through like all the suffering? If there's no suffering, then I just keep myself with the suffering in order to be a great leader, a mindful leader. Not really, huh? We don't mean that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just happened that I think life has it designed for both me and me to go through certain things in life since we were young. Right. So she has a story. I have mine. Even if you hear my story, you can always Google the Wow series, Women of Wealth. I've got a
Yeah.
YouTube channel, an episode about myself, my life story when I was young, how I actually been through, with like me without parents as well for a period of time, because my mom passed away when I was just 9 years old, and a lot of things actually happened after the tragedy. So that's where we become probably more mature and more mindful spiritually as well. When we grow up, we
Yeah.
start to ask ourselves a lot of questions because we have to grow up by ourselves without parents around, right?
Yeah.
At a young age. So that was where we, of course, like me, I will also ask myself, why me? But now, as I grow up, I actually ask this question, why not me? Yeah. So when things happen, I'm like, why not me? It is me. When I have to step up, it is me. So grateful for that. Right. So when we put things in a different perspective, yes, because of these hardships and suffering, I would say they are hardships and they are sufferings. I would just say they are just experiences in life that we have to go through. And some of it may be our wish, it may be our choice. Like, for example, I must say, yesterday I was just talking to my aunt and we were talking about childbirth. Okay. And we were saying, why women, after giving birth to the first one, that's so difficult. Why do we have the second one? And
Yeah.
both of us are like, that time we were saying we didn't want already after the first one, but somehow we have the second one, that kind of. But it is the joy that comes with it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, although there is the 10 months plus the don't know how many hours of the labor, we still find that it gives us a deeper meaning as parents, and
Yeah.
that will help us in being more resilient as a leader as well. Yes, I totally agree. But please do not just because, I mean, you have certain hardship. But if you don't have your life is really very peaceful, very blessed, okay, what you can do is this: you still want to be a great leader. You can always learn from other people, talk to
Yeah.
other people, experience the feelings of other people. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So don't create your own sufferings, huh? Just
Well,
because of,
you create your own, it's called drama.
yeah, there's called drama. Yeah. Okay. Right. Next
Okay.
one. Yes.
Is there any connection between the journey of self improvement and spiritual development, or spiritual awakening the ultimate decision for
Ultimate
every individual?
destination for every
Because
individual.
you guys ask very deep question, like deep until my head want to burst. This
Spirituality.
question I will give to Pauline because I
It's
think
today.
it's out of my brain right now with this question. I'm like, you
Between the
asked
journey
me
of
to
self improvement and spiritual development. I do go for spiritual improvement as well. When I was young, I must say, okay, I always like to use this program called the Seven Habits of Highly Effective People because when I did that, I thought it was a personal improvement program. But
mm,
deep down, actually, it's a lot of spiritual improvement. The second habit is actually begin with the end in mind. If you have a chance to go through this program, which I highly encourage everyone to go through, it is really talking about some spirituality in it, about beginning with the end in mind. Like, when we start to live our life, I start to live with my ending of my life to start off, and that's spirituality, right? Okay, so that's where the self improvement and spirituality, that particular program actually to me comes together. Many other programs that I've done, like me and I have gone through this program called Money and You.
yeah.
Okay, this particular program, it is about, although we talk about this is about money, but it's about the relationship of me with money, which is a little bit about spirituality as well, right? After we have gone through that, then we start to realize, oh, how is it the relationship between me and money has got to do with our daily lives, about our successes in life as well, and in our businesses, in the things that we have done in making money. Okay, so and this year, starting from last year, I have more consciously go for more spiritual learning. Like, for example, I mentioned to you in some other episodes that I went for an inner child program. Okay, because many of our being right now has got to do with our inner child, how what happens to us in the past. Some people might call it like the childhood trauma. Okay, uh, it may not be a trauma. Some of you may not have traumatic experiences, but I think in one way or another, we might have been hurt by some people or some incidents in our lives as we grow up. Okay, that's why there's this thing called the growing pains. And it got stuck in our inner child, and that's spirituality. I went for this program as well. So I highly encourage every one of you, if you have a chance, go for these programs, and you will realize that ultimately, this gives us some spiritual awakening, which will be very beneficial as we move on in our lives as well. Yeah, when it comes to even at work, okay, all this spirituality would actually help. Yes, yeah. So, Nee, how about you?
I
There
think
is a clear.
people should don't rush for the state of awakening, because
Mm,
awakening state is just, I mean, I have it few years back. It
mm,
was extremely happiness, and I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm be where am I today, I think because of that day, right? So
yeah.
I will never forget the day that I realized that we are just one, right? We are just a part of a bigger energy in the world. Even
Mm,
how we connect to the tree, how we connect to other human being, and the sense of intuition inside us is always
mm,
there. We just deny or we don't use it. And why I say we should don't rush for it, because it's not something you have to find. It's already there. It's just, are you ready to be vulnerable with yourself and be surrounded to accepted that we are just not that powerful as we think we are, and we're not something special that we deserve everything, like that stuff is even a nonsense. And the higher purpose in life for you to come to this world is serve. The more you serve, I believe one day you will understand what is spiritual awakening mean.
oh, I like this.
Yeah,
The
it's,
user.
yeah, if the more you serve, the more you willing to serve, You
Yeah.
don't have to wait for people to come to tell you, hey, you want to be volunteer? Hey, you want to go to this place
Yeah.
to help the kid? Hey, you want to go to this place to help the elderly? Hey, you want to donate this? You don't have to wait for people to ask. It have to
Yes.
become from your heart, and it have to be the thing that you practice every day to be grateful for life and to be, and I'm not come here to teach people how to be spiritual. I'm just share my journey, how I'm beware my, I used to believe that success is only me until that day, and then I understand that
Mm.
success is when I help others success. And if I cannot come tomorrow, like I tell you, like the nearer story. So I go for doctor treatment, right?
Mm.
And I go to the special place where all the richest people is in Vietnam go there to use the treatment, and I didn't know that. I just go because I'm not feel well. And in the process of that, I was try to help the girl who are I pay for the treatment, so I make her uh, quick sell with me. I say, you know what? I train per day 100 per person like you. You don't have to hard sell me. Let's
Mm.
just tell me how much. This is my credit card, and let's move on. And because of that action, she was just so impressed with me. And then she know that I working in I'm a public figure, and I'm famous, and I looking for people for do podcast. And she like, oh, you want to do podcast with this person, and that person is like a top celebrity in Vietnam, right? And
Wow.
she was like, I will connect you with that person. And then not she not even connect me with that person, she connect me with more entrepreneur and business people who are similar like me, who are
Yeah.
Vietnamese around the world, who fly
Yeah.
to Vietnam to use the treatment. And that's what I'm saying, the powerful thing of serve people. You never know, the person you serve can be a random worker in another organization. Fine.
Mm.
Let's look at another story where I go to the village side where I come to do charity, and we decide to stay overnight there. And in village you don't have hotel, so we just
Mm.
get normal people house and say, hey, can we and my team sleep here tonight, and we will pay you back money. We just need the floor and sleep. And we really sleep on the floor of the house of the normal people house. And we didn't know that he actually looked like a normal farmer, but he not. He have so much farm there that
Oh.
he next morning he will see me go and decide to serve the kid. And he will even connect to people around in the village to give food, fruit,
Wow.
and whatsoever to, oh, you go to that side, this is all we have, you can bring that together with you to continue your charity journey. So I can give you non-stop story of you add value to other, and somehow universe give you another way, right? And just live like that. Don't book money
Yeah.
involved in the middle. Don't book ego involved in the middle. Truthfully with your soul. Of course, you don't take advantage from other people. You add value. You serve other, but in the benefit of in exchange energy. Exchange is like I'm enjoy to help people, and when I post public about what I'm doing, the people who don't understand were like, oh, so you try to use it to gain fame. But people who live with me long enough, they know that by me doing that, more people come who love what I doing, come and help people that I being helped. Another example is I go to the place where the orphanage, I told you about that. So
Mm.
when I go there, starting I don't share with people that I take care of the kid. I don't want to show people about that. And then this is the two mother there talk to me. They say like, a lot of people use the kid to get money and all that. And thanks to you that you doing this, and more people who your fan come and give us money. So now we have money to buy milk and powder for the kid. Now we have two more kid in, and thanks to you. And it hit me because for the first time I realized that by me stop sharing information, I thought it's for my own good, but actually I just want to protect myself. I fear public, right? I fear that public judge me. But
Mm.
if I continue doing it, I'm actually indirectly stop people who love what I'm doing to support my dream. And in the
Yes.
way of they support my dream indirectly, they help more kids who are
Yeah.
suffer. and it
Yes.
hit me. So I can keep going on with the story of this, and trust me, universe always have the way to answer you. So I would
Mm,
say the individually grow is come from you just continue serve. Be grateful, serve other out of your heart, and you will see miracle.
that's right. So sometimes we are in social media. There are times where we look at our views. Oh, it may not be a lot. There are just a few views. We are not like those. There are some views that you do certain nasty things or you do certain things that's really interesting, and people are like, wow, getting millions of views. Those type. But we really still want to continue to do this because we do not know the lives whom we have touched. It may be just
Yes.
one, but this one can help even more people.
Yep.
So I know many of you who are listening to this, you are like, wow, I get to benefit from me and Pauline. Okay. I do not know who you are. Okay. But just continue to do good and just
Yeah.
continue with this to add value to people. Even it
Yep.
is just one person. And this is something that touches my Chinese partner. I used to expand my companies to many countries, and one of the most difficult markets, a lot of people will know, is China market, right? So I chose a partner, and this partner at that time I asked, why do you want to work with us? You are quite established in the Chinese market in your own hometown. And he said one thing that he was very impressed by me for one thing. Because there was once he came over to, I'm not sure whether it's Singapore, Malaysia, or which day, and he saw that there were only like 1 to 2 participants who came. So somehow that day, quite a number of people signed up, but only end up 1 or 2 because it's a free seminar. And I still give up my best 100% to that two-person in that 2 3 hours. And you say, wow, you still didn't get bothered by, you were not down because, all right, 25 people, let's say, sign up, only 2% turn up, things like that. And you still give out your best. Then I say, well, this person, this 1 or 2 people, they make their way here, right? Their effort, okay? So we have to acknowledge the individual. Why do I have to acknowledge the rest of the people who didn't even turn up? I don't even know who they are, right? So this is the reason why they deserve my best. And that is where he helped me to expand. Just one action like that, thinking that it might be a fruitless effort of me wasting like 2 hours just on two-person, but that actually impressed that person who actually brought
Yep.
me eventually to open up my markets in China. See, this is the thing. Every little things count. And that has
Yes.
to do with a lot of mindfulness, a lot of talks with ourselves. Now, if you ask me, was I disappointed when only 1 or 2% turn up? Of course I am. Was I down? Of course I am. Do I say that, you know what, I don't feel like doing? Of course I am. Right? But still, I give up my best after telling myself that these 2%, they are here for me. I'll just give my best. Okay?
Yeah. Well, you can't
See?
control outside. You only can control yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's a
Right.
correct. Okay,
Yeah.
let's try
So the
one.
next one. So, do we have to encourage team members to pursue spiritual development to enhance their quality of life and work? Oh, I think for me, it's individual's choice, okay? Yeah, when it comes to spirituality, really. Okay, it is, as I mentioned, when we first start off with this video, we say, wow, this is a really deep topic. Okay, yeah, mindfulness, spirituality, these are really deep topics, right? Not many people are ready for that. So if the person is not ready, I don't think I will encourage that person to go into it. Yeah, because it might end up with certain emotions that the person may not be prepared, okay, or may not be able to handle, right? So this is where when the time comes, the time comes. That's what
Yeah.
spirituality is about, right? Yeah. How about you, Ni? Yeah.
I think if you are the person who believe in spiritual, you should don't tell your team or you should do this and that, good for you. People know what good for them, and sometimes you have to be at the right time at the readiness of the people. I still believe that you should suffer a little bit, and then you know what is right for you. I still, I think I'm a kind of come out from a tough life, and I still see that that's maybe the way, right? And pe- people have an opinion about why I believe in that, but let's look at people who train mixed martial art. I think that is the most easy people that for you to compare. People who train mixed martial art, they have to practice every day the same punch,
Yes.
right? But that's make their punch powerful, and life is the same. If you are believe that you're more powerful than universe, then you also right. But if one day you feel you're ready to be surrendered, that you are nothing, and 200 years from now nobody even remember who are you, you know. Even the Queen of England, few months after she passed away, now people don't even remember which day she passed away, and she's the most powerful woman on earth, you know. So
Yeah.
I mean, if that person is have zero impact in people's life, you think who are you? And I think that should be a bigger fact for people wake up from nonsense daily or fight or drama, or oh, I'm so scared, I'm fear of this and that, because it's not true. People actually only care about themselves the most. And if I have my team member and I'm a person that's spiritual, I would say that I lead by example. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't tell them that what they should do for their life or they should do like what I doing,
Yes.
but
Yes.
I will
Yes.
live the life as the example. And that's it.
Yes.
Let people
True.
decide what is good for them.
Mm. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Let people decide. Yeah, because just now Nee was actually mentioning, right, regarding those like sufferings and so on. I think it's not, when we talk about really sufferings, is you can actually be better. So how you do it is keep on practicing, like what Bruce Lee always say. He's not afraid of people who knows 10,000 different types of punches, but he's
Mm.
very afraid of that one guy who punched the same punch 10,000 times. Yeah, this is what I think me and I are always doing. We always do the same punch 10,000 times. Yes, yes, yes.
You
We are
you
very,
do it and you will realize you don't need to know too much. You just need to know one and so good at it that
yes,
other people cannot catch you.
correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
special. Yes. So
Okay.
let's have our last question then. Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you pick, Pauline. We have few more, but let you pick the
Mm,
last one.
okay. I think this one. What role does spirituality play in helping leaders inspire and motivate? I always love this, right? About inspiring
Mm,
people, our team members, to pursue a higher purpose. Wow. I think me said one thing really great just now was lead by example.
mm,
Okay. And when we are a being ourselves, I like to use the word being, rather, why I like to use the being is be the person whom I want to be, being, ing. We are
yeah.
always a being. It's so beautiful, this word, right? That when I leave, the moment I'm conscious, of course, when I sleep, I may not have been in a conscious state. But when I wake up, the moment I wake up, I'm a being. I live spiritually. So that is why the first thing I wake up is, I wake up very early in the morning. And I love waking up, right? Because I can do so much things to serve, help, and even enjoy life, right? So that's the reason why I love waking up. That starts with a being that we let our team members know that we really love our life, we love what we are doing, and every second, every moment when they are with us, we are authentic. And that gives them the notion that why we can always be so, like, I'm just sharing with my friend about this recording that we are doing. And then he was, because I both me in July, we are going to travel for like 2 weeks. So when we as leaders need to travel overseas, certain things we have to speed up, right? Because we have to cover certain work first. We have to kind of, like some of you were saying, I'm not sure when you are at work. You say, oh, because I need to take leave, okay, out, so I need to do more work, and now I need to struggle and this. But to us is, you know what? We plan in advance. We are going to
Yeah.
be away for like 2 weeks because for her, I'm going to go for a convention. Nee is going to have certain events in some other countries. So we better, like for example, have our certain things in place first. And we kind of like wake up earlier, work doubly hard, but we enjoy it. We
Yeah.
really like it because this is something that we really love to do and we plan in advance, and that's in our being spirituality. And this is something our team members right now who are supporting us can see this, can see our spirit in this. And we never complain to say that, let's say we have to wake up at 5 a.m. just to do a recording or things like that. And we just do it, right? Yeah, and we're
Yeah.
happy about it that we can complete it, and so that we can live in peace for another job that we are supposed to do. Yeah, and life is so interesting that we can have such experiences. Embrace it. So this is something that I would say I will use this energy, this attitude, and this spiritual being of me to inspire, be an example to inspire our team members. That's the best part.
Yeah. And I will add on whatever Pauline said. I agree. I just add on a little bit more as
Mm,
well. That why we use the word leader, because leader is a person who lead, right? It's mean you're in front. So just always remember the word lead is already tell you everything about leader. It's mean you have to lead them in every part of life, from personal life, how to, like, you have see a group of people before you will see who is the leader, you will see the rest. If the leader eat unhealthy food, the rest will look obese the same, right? If the leader
mm,
healthy, sharp, the mind, the character, somehow the rest of the team member is similar character. It's very obvious. It's very obvious, right? And the leader is always, they won't, you don't have to check the leader, you just check people around the leader, and then you will know who is that person in core value.
yeah.
So I would say it's the same thing to spiritual. If you are, so I remember when I starting tell my team about exercise, and after I tell them third time and nobody moves their ass, I doesn't care anymore, right? But then after few months work with me, it somehow changing them, because they see my schedule every morning go gym, and they were like, I think they feel guilt. And now all my team member, everybody go gym. Then when
Wow.
I start to make martial art, it's the same. They were like, why do you do gym and then you even do make martial art? I like, it's just my mentor asked me to do, so I'm trying, and it's worked well for me, and Ava doing as well. I don't ask them to join me. But after 3 months, everybody also learn make martial art. So
Wow.
now my team not even train gym with me, they do make martial arts as well. And then talk about learning, right? Like I learn a
Mm,
lot. And every time I learn something, I share the link for my team learn together. Or like I keep talk about that. And then we move on. And I didn't realize that the habit of sharing what I'm learning create them a habit of self-learning as well. And now when they learn something new, because I'm in the group of different department, I want to see what their communication sometimes, and I saw that they find something interesting and new, they will share with each other. I say, hey, you want to learn this today? Later, 4 p.m., we go Zoom together. Let's discuss about this, see what we can apply for the company. And that's create a habit of a company that everybody continuing learn new technology, learn new stuff on the world, and then apply to the company, right? So I would say, if you are the one who live by example and lead by example, your team would definitely have a high motivation to go work, because
mm.
you are the boss of the dream that they will wish and love to work with. But
Yeah.
you're not a disaster or boss that come and every day drunk and like complain or negative or wife problem, husband problem, friend
Yes.
problem, relationship problem. Then yes, they will run away from you. The end of
Exactly.
the day, that energy will always push people away. No
Correct.
matter how much they love you, they will get exhausted, they will tired, and they will leave you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also have the exercise class for my team. Every Tuesday, Thursday, the Zoom, like 7:30 a.m. and every Sunday morning walk. Even like just yesterday, it was raining. We still do the walk, and
Yeah.
then Yeah, we just go at the one with sheltered, and when the rain stop or it's just drizzle, we take our umbrella and continue to walk the 7:30. Rain or shine, we still do it. People will ask me,
Yeah.
"What if it rains?" Then I say, "I will still be there." When I commit to something, I will be there. Regardless, you can come, you can choose not to come, right? But I will be there.
Yeah. The commitment.
Mm.
Okay, that's it, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe both our channel and also our episode today as well.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe both Pauline channel and my channel, and also this channel. If you love
All
what you're
right.
watching, please share it, and we will see you in the next episode.
Yes. Bye.